TV guys, you set? Okay, we'll have Coach start with an opening statement. We will bring in players after Coach is done.
You know, it was one of those days, and it was obviously a special day. We were in a zone. It's shooting, but it's really the energy and the excitement and the passion. And we first group did it, and then the second group did it, and it just kept going. And we played off of the crowd. And they did it to Kansas last week. They seemed to be everywhere, making plays, making shots, and then we did it to them. Today now, can we continue that? And we've been pretty good at home. Probably not this good, but I hope we've been begging, pleading, with the guys just to play with great energy and passion and play together and excitement. And they did it. 21 assists, 28 field goals, shared the basketball. We were patient. We made open shots, but again, the big thing was the defense and holding them to 32%. And they got in 18 turnovers that allowed us to get transition points. We had 26. I don't know if we've had fast breaks like that, all together all year, as many as we had today. So, I hope we can carry that energy into Monday. We'll have to see, but right now we can enjoy this and then get ready for Kansas tomorrow through Monday night.
How special was Marcus?
Well, it's so funny because when he first got here, we were like, man, he's pretty good in the summer workouts. And then, is he going to be in practice when we make him guard and go? And he's pretty good there. And then, we scrimmaged a really good team, and he was the leading scorer there against really good players. And, now is he going to do it in the game? And then, one of the coaches said, he's going to get 25, 30 here soon. And he did that against Oral Roberts. And the other day we were sitting around and we had some tickers that somebody had 30-some. Marcus can get that one day. Somebody just said it. And, it's going to happen. The thing I like, he's gotten a little better about being a little more patient, waiting for good shots. He's our go-to guy, as far as perimeter. And we got to get him the ball, but he's got to know sometimes if they're good defensively, he's got to give it up. And, he's done a better job passing the basketball. And then we took Will off the point guard, and he's had to guard the point guards. I thought he did a really good job on Taylor in the first half, really contained him. That when we went Nigel and Javon, they let him get going a little bit second half. But, he played definitely like a veteran. There's no doubt about that.
What do you do best in terms of shot selection in 13-16? He hasn't done that before.
No, I mean, he shot 16 shots before, but he hasn't made them like that. And, he got those first couple down. He really wants to get out of the game right away. He gets so overwhelmed. He loses his breath. I think he just, gets so excited. And he even told Coach Fraser the other day against Texas, you'll probably have to get me out before the 2-minute mark. And we actually put Nigel to the bench. And then he made one, then he made another, and we pulled Nigel back and said, heck with it, let him keep going. And, so he got on the run and he caught his breath at the timeout and kept it going. And, the good thing we really, minute-wise, I think we did a better job of subbing, keep guys rotated. We wanted to get under that 6-minute mark, 5-minute mark to get Will and Marcus out so we could feel like we had it solidified. And then, so those guys, because it'll be important to turn around on Monday to have the legs and the energy we had today.
Do you feel like Marcus was not getting resistance from the defense?
Well, I just think a lot of it was we got transition. We were patient. We moved the basketball. The basketball we didn't have Velcro hands today. And, sometimes on the road, we hold the ball and not make the next pass and get the defense moving. And, and then we seem to always get them off balance. And now we made the pass, the hockey assist. Somebody made the pass to the next one. And that's where, he really got going. And then he got in transition. They crashed so hard. And, if you can get the rebound now, you got 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s. And we were able to get some of those, so he got some of that. And then even, and then they turned him over 18 times. We have 26 points off a turnover. So, he was able to get a little bit of everything, ball movement, transition, off of steals. We ran a couple quick plays for him, quick hitters. But he scored in a lot of ways and produced whatever way they kind of allowed him to get going.
Is he the most valuable freshman in the conference?
Well, if he plays like that, he is. And, we have some really good freshmen. Obviously, Taylor, what he did to Kansas and a couple other games, he's really good. Wiggins has had his moments. There's really good players in this league. And Woodard from Oklahoma, I mean, that's a name. I'm like, man, that kid is really, really good. He just took over that game against West Virginia the other day in the second half. So he's, Marcus is pretty good. But, it was a great team effort. We got Will shooting the ball better. And Wes has 8 and 8. Beginning of the year, I didn't even know if he could pass it. Now he has 8 assists. And, good things. Thomas didn't score a point till the last 5-6 minutes of the game, or 7 minutes of the game, but he has 11 rebounds and, did a good job on the big guys. So him, and then DJ gets 8, off the bench, and Nina was good. And, and Shane battled. It's hard for Shane when he has to play big post guys. And I think it takes a lot out of him on the offensive end. But we just told him he's got to concentrate on guarding people when they're big and let the game come. If it comes, you got to take it. But if it's not there, do what you can do and control. And that's, guard, rebound, do all those other things. Yeah, it might be. To sustain it, I think was pretty good. And, I got a little worried. They just put their head down second half and just took it at us. But we got, I think it was 8:48. We had a timeout, and I said, we got to win this next minute. And we outscored, you guys know better than I do. I thought it was 5-0, and that just kind of knocked them out. And any hope or whatever that they had, was probably, their heads were hanging then, and we just had to kind of wrap up the game. So it was a pretty consistent effort. You get up, 18-4 or something like that, 18-. And, now, I keep the foot on the throttle, keep going. It's about defense. We rotated people. And we just kept the energy, and it just kept going and going. And, again, it helps. It makes everybody look better if everyone plays well. And when people make shots, you're a much better coach. There's no doubt.
Coach, you hadn't really been playing well as of late, but you beat a top 15 team. What kind of statement does that make about coming back, and also how much confidence does that give?
Well, it's a great win, and we're we've been just talking to the guys about energy and passion and pride and those things. And on the road we just haven't had it, and yet we've been, we played every game close. You guys were there. We get behind, catch up, 1 point, tie it, not finish. But if we would have did some of these little things, the energy things that then at the end of the game wouldn't have mattered. And so this was good for the guys. And, again, somebody, I think Mitch brought it up, Holtis, that each team that had a bye, when they came back, Iowa State against us, I think Texas might have had it before Kansas, now us, this rest at this time of year, we gave everyone 2 days off. DJ had 4 days off, maybe 5 almost. Thomas had 3 full days and a half. So, you hope maybe it helps you get a little legs down the stretch.
Coach, a lot of this week you talked about how important this week was as far as refueling the tank. How much of that tank is still left over after a win like this one?
Like I said, I think the minutes were good. We had balanced minutes. We didn't have to extend ourselves at the end. Kansas has the same. They got 3:00 game. They'll get done later. They got to travel here, not a long drive, but a little bit of a drive. So, I hope we're all right. And because we got it against them, they just have so much size, so much talent, so many people, bodies. We have to be all hooked up and have everyone play well if we're going to be successful.
Ridley was so effective the first time.
Yeah.
And even some of their posts have been on such a roll lately. What was the change in your defense?
We just all over the place. We got to never let them get settled in the paint. We were active. We rotated when we could. It was, I think that was all key. It seemed like every time he got it, somebody was there, a guard was there, and then he turned, he traveled, he took tougher shots. He was good the first time, man. He made some tough shots on us, but we just never, I don't think we let him get comfortable tonight. I think that was the biggest thing. Pardon me?
You mentioned putting the hammer down late. Is that ingrained with these guys, or did you have to kind of encourage them to keep
Well, if you've watched the other games, we've had good leads and then putzed around, started the second halves, and now I get mad. West Virginia, we still won by 20-some, but, it just wasn't. But I thought, he brought up best two halves probably of the season, against a really good opponent, too. That's even, more impressive for you.
Talk about the energy and passion. Is this maybe a team that gets up for the better teams?
Well, Iowa State's pretty good at Iowa State. I didn't think we had the great passion there. Texas, first time probably, I knew they were good. A lot of people, I couldn't believe they weren't rated. It's just, early, but they had to win some big games. And, I just think, we got a lot of youth. They kind of live off of this crowd, and they play well here. And, we're going to need, I said we need some Bramlage magic this weekend. I hope it's there Monday night.
This will be the quickest turnaround you guys have had since early with
Puerto Rico.
Georgetown. I remember you saying that was kind of a challenge with a young team trying to get ready.
Well, that Georgetown, we've already played Kansas. We know what they do. But with like Georgetown, we were in a hotel late at night after losing, trying to tell them how to guard Princeton system. That's hard. I mean, it's one to understand. Our guys didn't even know what Princeton system was. They had never heard of it. So now and then, boom, you get backdoor.